Hey YouTube, it's your boy Widgie here, coming at you with some Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, and I've got another sort of cheesy rush for you, and this is not from myself, this is from Dunking D, aka Crispy, and he's showing me a Incan native rush here. So this is a replay sent through to me, and we're just going to go ahead and click that play button and jump straight into it. So we do have, I'm going to call him Crispy rather than Dunking D, so Crispy as Inca playing against Shadow, the French, on the left here as Pink. And we all know that Inca's had a recent patch, or not patch, but sort of overhaul or change to how they work. And we know that there's been some abuse with the early Kalanka card in Age 2 that I've already shown. But we are going to be looking at a native rush. Now, there was obviously a native rush originally done by Inca before the changes. So we'll see if this has any impact, and I'm guessing we're probably going to have more of an economy than we normally do with the OG native rush, because of the fact that we do get those two building travoirs that come out on Age 2 now, and they'll be building cancer houses. We know that cancer houses also produce more food, so we shall see what happens. But we do see a GLHF from good old Crispy there, and two cancer houses going down. We don't see a TP going down. Normally now we see one TP and a cancer house, but that is not what we're seeing here. We're seeing two cancer houses being slapped down, and we're going to see how this game goes. So strap yourselves in, and let's get straight into it. So let's have a look at Shadow here, playing as the French, going for a standard TP opening, and going with the good old hunts. So I must say, guys, I haven't been playing AoE3 that much recently because I've got my final exam coming up for my accounting qualification. So that's going to be happening in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So I haven't really been streaming that much. I haven't been playing the game that much. And just every now and then I'll be able to jump on and play a game. So we do see 3 villagers. That's one of the newer cards to the overhaul to the Incas. We now see Crispy going for that. Let's have a look at the deck here. The 1v1 Nats Rush. We have the Sapa Inca, which improves the speed, hit points, and leadership aura of the War Chief. And we do have the good old American allies. And this is obviously one where you would use this one, and then you'll go ahead and use the native treaties, where you get a shipment of native warriors for each different allied tribe. And you can see here that this ships a native embassy travois and enables you to choose a native ally at your native embassy. So what the idea is, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, we shall see, but what it is we go for the American allies, we then go ahead and build 2 native TPs, and that means we are allied with a total of 3 native tribes. And that means the minute you go ahead and get the native treaties card, you have 3 batches of troops that come out at the same time. And it's a really big, devastating timing attack that can really overwhelm your enemy. So we're going to see how Crispy does it here. And we're going to see how it goes. So already we're seeing an age up. I mean, look how quick this age up is. Getting in here 2 minutes 40. Absolute insane age up time. I swear it used to be a lot longer before you could do the double cancer. Before, I swear it took a little bit longer. Unless I'm just bad at the game. We do see the Chief going down here, the Chief card. And let's have a quick look at Shadow over here. Shadow going for the Quartermaster, 400 wood, transitioning onto wood. Kind of standard, really. Nothing unusual here. And I'm assuming we're probably going to see a market going down. We do see actually a 12-ville start. That's interesting. Okay. So we do see a market going down now. So we didn't actually have a house here. We took a 12-ville age up. I don't know whether that's normal. But the 12-ville age up is there. The market's going down, and I'm assuming a house will be going down as well. We're going to start seeing hunting dogs, but we do see placer mines first. Interesting. Normally it's the hunting dogs. Let's have a look at Crispy here, building a cancer house, pretty much transitioning majority over to wood to start the cancer house production. And I'm sure we are going to see just one war hut, I imagine. We are going to see a native embassy come out at some point. We do see that card now, American allies coming in, so that he's ready for that native rush. So, by the way, let me know what you guys think in the comments below of this rush. Have you been subject to the native rush, or are you seeing the Kalanka? I think the majority of people are either seeing a boom or they're seeing the early Kalanka card come out at the moment. But I think the native rush isn't as popular at the moment. So if you like the look of this and you want to give this a go, I would definitely recommend doing it now before there's the November update, because I think there's going to be a few nerfs in store for Inca. They are quite strong now with the new changes. And we do see a native embassy going down with that card, and a war hut is now being built with the wood. And we do see 2 building travois here, probably going to be cancher houses. So we're going to see how that goes. And let's just have a look at Shadow here and see whether he's actually scouted. We do see the Chasquay running around, Crispy's Chasquay. And we do see 700 wood going down first before the 4 CDBs. And we now see majority of people going on to wood. And that's a very defensive barracks being put down. So I think he's definitely spotted or knows that this is going to be a native rush. It's easily scouted because you can simply go to your opponent's deck. And if you see that he's got American allies and he's got the native treaties, and obviously if he's taken the native TPs here, the native posts, most of the time it will be a native rush. So it's easy to scout, easy to react to, but it is pretty tricky to beat. So we do see the Inca scouting party card coming out, which means that you get those extra spears for 500 food, I believe. And now we do see the native treaties coming into effect, and we're going to see 3 batches here of native troops pop out. And it looks like he's going to be training some jungle bowmen organically off the back of that as well. So let's see how that goes. Pretty much the macro just seems to be food and wood sort of pretty much split. So you can keep creating villages, keep creating jungle bowmen. And we do see Shadow here going for the musketeers. So he's getting his first set of musketeers out. Well, he's already got 5 actually. And he's built stables now as well. So he's hoping that he's going to have enough. Shadow's score is in his favour here. A slight sort of natural wall here with the houses and the market. But we shall see. Now that troop has hit. Now look at this. Let's have a look. This is 6 minutes. A 6-minute timing here of all of this. Look at it all. All of this stuff coming in. We do have the Zapotec Lightning Warriors, very good against heavy infantry and also good against sieging. We've got the Jungle Bowmen. We've got the Spearmen. We've basically got everything here. We've got the the Yoruba, the Owa Legionaries. They're ridiculously good, high ranged and relatively good siege. And these musketeers are going to need to get back here and try and kite. That's the best thing you can do because the Zapotecs are quite slow. So if you can kite them and try and take them out first, it's probably the best thing to do. And we do see the militia being popped here. And we do see them going into the TC as well. So this is going to be quite interesting. See how they do here. Just needs to keep kiting, getting them into an interesting position. Yeah, I would probably stick about there. That's a good spot to stick so they can't get surrounded. And it looks like this is... You know, there are a lot of units here being taken care of by Crispy. And we do see a Yoruba Iso rider coming in as well. And I think he's actually training the Yoruba because they are actually quite overpowered. And it looks like Crispy's managed to do it under TC fire and town militia being called and 2 batches of musketeers. And he's done it. He's been able to eradicate, and we do see 5 jungle bowmen coming in and more being trained on the way and some more Yoruba. I think they come in at 1 at a time, don't they? Pretty certain. And now we see some musks coming out, but it's not going to be enough because they're easily going to be able to take that. And we do see now a set of Chimus. If I have a look, I think the Chimu, yeah, that was a card that he put in. So now we see the Chimus coming in to try and clear up any villagers, any CDBs. And that's the musks taken care of, and the CDBs here are going to go down. 4 or 5 are going to go down. I don't know whether they're going to be able to escape. 1 goes down, 3, another 2 go down. That's 3 vills down there for Shadow. And we do have a 8 Expo shipment coming in. Let's have a look at Crispy. He's just getting another military card in. Very simple. And if we look back at base, it's just simply a wood and food macro. Very straightforward. Those crossbowmen are going to die to all of those Chimus, I'm afraid. There's nothing that you can do about that. They are really going to go, and that is it. GG. There we go. Short and sweet. We see the native rush at its finest. Now, obviously, the pros to this is that you get a timing of, you know, a considerable amount of units. I think must have been about 20, 25 units easily at a 6-minute mark, which is really strong. That's only if you get the 2 native TPs, and you've got to remember that some maps don't give you good native TPs, or they don't give you them at all. You have to bear that in mind. So that is the downside of going for that, but it all depends on the map. If you do have the right map, then you may as well just go for it. Put a slight forward base out for the native embassy and your war hut, and I think you're good to go. I mean, this is quite hard to beat. I think Crispy mentioned that someone did fend this off. I think Mauricio, a well-known streamer, Spanish streamer. He's about 1400, 1450 elo. He managed to deal with the rush. So it is doable. You can do it. But as I say, if you are a lower level like myself, around 1250, 1300, then, you know, you could be subject to this. And unfortunately, I tried to beat this and I lost about 3 or 4 times in a row to Crispy. So it's really rage-inducing. If you are a salty player, then this is going to be your fault if you do have to play against this. But there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that native rush. And there will be more videos out on the channel. Either going to be AoE 2, AoE 3, or AoE 4. It's all going to be Age of Empires at the moment. So I hope you guys can stay tuned for that. And let me know in the comments below what you think of this. Have you tried the native rush? Have you been subject to it? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you found this entertaining, useful, please feel free to drop a like. I'll catch you guys later in the next one.